Next, what we're going to be talking about, guys, is The Legends of Runeterra, which, of course, is the card game from Riot Games that they are essentially making to not only have their own card game, but a real rival to Hearthstone. And I have been a little bit cautious and concerned about the game because I believe that the game has been in what you would call a development hell stage, which essentially means that one of the game developers, I think it was the game developer, or maybe it was one of the studio heads over at Riot Games, said that the game has been through multiple stops and starts, which essentially kind of tells me that they've had problems along the way, obviously. It's been a game, I think, that's been in the making for around 8 years or so. Maybe it was a little bit less than that, but they've been working on this game for a long time, and obviously right now they're kind of in like it's almost like a pre-alpha stage. You can pre-register for the game right now, and some people are getting access to it. And so I was able to play for a little while and get kind of a feel for the game. And I gotta say, guys, it's probably the best card game I've ever played. Now, that being said, I've never been really big into the card games. I've never been one that's been really big. I've never been big into Magic. I haven't been big into Hearthstone, amongst, a number of other different card games, right? Of course, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, things of that nature I've played, but not so much like on console or on like PC or something. So Legends of Runeterra, I'm going to propose the question, and I'm going to give you guys kind of my thoughts on it, because it's still very early. It hasn't come out yet, obviously, as far as, not everybody can play the game as of yet. And what I will say is this, is Legends of Runeterra, or could Legends of Runeterra be the best card game ever made? And while I'm saying that, guys, as far as card games are concerned, I'm gonna kind of put a preface on this. Best card game as in like on PC, on Xbox, as far as a game that you can, play on console or something. We're not going to get into like, card games that are, like actual physical card games. We're not going to really talk so much about that. Let's just talk about digitally. So digital card games, Legends of Runeterra, guys, really is a game that I think has the potential to be king of the card games on, from a digital standpoint. I really do. And I'll tell you why. There's a big learning curve to any one of these types of games. Whether you're talking about Magic, Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, there is big time learning curves. But I feel like right when I started to play Legends of Runeterra, they are walking me through pretty much everything that I got to do, right? And I know every game normally does that, but it was, for me at least, Legends of Runeterra, it really kind of, it was a really good introduction for me, or even just for other gamers that don't play card games much, kind of a good introduction to it. Like, okay, this is how it works, and they tell you how to do it. Pretty self-explanatory. It gets more complicated, and there's certainly going to be a learning curve in Legends of Runeterra. There is no debate about it. There's going to be significant learning curves. If you want to get really good at the game, there is going to be challenges along the way for you as a player, especially if you're trying to play on a competitive level, even a casual level. You're going to want to know, how to, you're going to want to get better and such. And with that, it's just going to, those things are going to take time. Just probably, as I've said with pretty much any game, in order to get really good at something, you got to put in hundreds upon hundreds of games, or play hundreds of games, even more than that sometimes. That's how I got good at StarCraft, even though I'm not really great. I'm better than I certainly was, by just playing hundreds of games. Whether you're talking just against the AI, which is pretty much what I did on Legends of Runeterra, where just trying to learn and understand how things work within the game. I gotta say that even though this game has been through a development hell, I will say it right now that they've done a damn good job of this game. You would think that there would be tons of issues with it, and I really haven't seen that many issues. Now, some people are within the community or the card gaming community have stated, things along the lines of, it might be a little bit buggy, or there's little issues here and there within the game. But overall, it seems pretty positive, and that's amazing. And I think that that Riot Games at this point, after getting my hands on it, after trying it out, seeing that obviously this game was in a development hell stage, maybe it was just one of those things, it just wasn't ready all those years ago. And now we're finally we're getting our hands on it, and we're seeing what all that hard work really did for Riot Games. Similar to maybe like, to give you an example, like Avatar 2, which is the next movie that's going to be coming out in the Avatar universe. It hasn't come out in a decade, right? We haven't had a sequel to Avatar in like a long time, right? Well, people are concerned about that because they feel like everyone's going to forget about Avatar and things of that nature. But it as well has gone through somewhat of a development hell where they've thought that they were going to have the game or the movie out, a couple of years ago, but it ended up, just not working out. Like they just had, things come up with filmmaking, with game development, whatever you want to call it, that ends up happening. And we might see Avatar 2 and just be like, wow, it was worth the wait kind of ordeal where it transcends filmmaking like Avatar, the first one, did. That said, Legends of Runeterra is, I will say this, I don't know if it's going to be as successful as, say, like Hearthstone or any of these other card games, but what I am going to say is it's going to have its place in the card gaming universe, and this game very well could be the real competition to Hearthstone as far as from an esports perspective, as well as just from, gameplay perspective. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least, how this kind of develops and forms in the future. I'm pretty excited about it, and I think I think that this game could very well become the best card game digitally ever made. I really do. I from playing it, and I've played Hearthstone. Really haven't tried Magic much, but like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, other card games, I've certainly played. This one is my favorite, and I'm not gonna say it's like by far, but I really enjoy this game. It's pretty great. I'm excited to see the full version come out. I believe it's gonna be coming out, later in 2020, and that's exciting. I'm gonna be really excited to give it a shot and give it a try for a period of time, even if it's just something just like a chill game to play, on your mobile device, or if you want to play on PC and play on competitively, whatever it might be. I think Legends of Runeterra certainly has a place within the card gaming universe, and I think it could be one of the top card games in that the card gaming world. I would love to hear from all of you, though. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on Legends of Runeterra? Of course, have you had a chance to play it yet in that pre-register phase? Have you been able to play it? And where does it rank amongst your other favorite card games that you've ever played? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below.